Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to another list video here at Playing Board Games. We are going to be, for the next 5 weeks, including this week, we're going to be doing cards that exceeded our expectations for all of the classes in the game. It's going our usual Guardian to Survivor. We're going Survivor to Guardian. So, we're going to be going through 11 of them here today. We're going to talk briefly about how they've exceeded our expectations. And, yeah. So, first one we got here is Cunning Distraction, otherwise known as the monkeys like the turkey.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad things you can say about this card. It costs 5 resources. It just evades enemies. It doesn't do anything. Those are really all the downsides, actually.
Yeah.
But it's got great symbols.
Yep.
And, like, every time I've played this card in a deck, it's been great.
And, like realistically, like, when we first started playing, especially when we were, like, so hot on this card, it was very much like we played it because we, like, had to play it. It was just, like, part of our card pool. But when you play Cunning Distraction now, with, like, the card pool that's available to you, assuming you're playing with, like, the whole card pool, you're like, I'm only playing Cunning Distraction because I can afford Cunning Distraction. Which, luckily, is a lot easier now with how the card pool is.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's also really good in Preston. If you're ever playing a draft challenge and you're playing Preston Fairmont and you see Cunning Distraction, grab Cunning Distraction.
Yeah, it's real good.
Mm-hmm.
It's also very strong if you play with Chuck Fergus. He's attack for 3 and it's fast.
Oh yeah, that is pretty sick. Oh, we got to build that
deck.
deck.
+2 to all your skills during the resolution of abilities on the card if you want. But
Yeah. Is there an investigator? Which investigator can do that?
Preston Fairmont.
Preston.
Also only Preston Fairmont.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bob?
Charlie Kane will.
Bob could.
Yeah, Bob could.
Bob could.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Kane will be.
Charlie Kane will be able to. Mm-hmm. Man, Bryn's Madhouse is gonna just go fucking nuts when Charlie Kane comes out. It's gonna be wild.
He's got a weird pool.
Yeah. A lot of different themes. Yeah. Like, basically now, every time we do, like, a movie, it's gonna just be Charlie Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it does.
It is.
Alright, keeping this going, our next one we have here is Flare. I suppose I should read these cards for people who are there. But Flare is a 2-cost, 1 experience event. It's a tactic. Commits for a wild. Either choose one, fight, you get +3 fist and deal +2 damage for this attack, exile Flare, or search the top 9 cards of any investigator's deck for an ally asset and put it into play under your control. Then, if you found an ally asset, exile Flare and shuffle the search deck. So this one is what exceeded our expectations. I imagine it's going to come from Travis too. It's just, like, the top option, the fight option, is actually just really good.
It is really good.
And, like, back when we first were playing and I was playing in Ash Can't Beat, I was playing it for the memes, right?
Yeah.
So, like...
Go steal allies from somebody else's deck.
Yeah, it's like, I have Duke, I'll just grab somebody else. But using it just for the +3 fist and +2 damage is, like, what to do. It's just, like, good.
Yeah.
This card is also sick with Chuck Fergus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Chuck
I mean,
Fergus.
like, it's free and fast.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah. Man, it's not possible to do a Chuck first Deja Vu deck, but that'd also be pretty sick. Just like, he just keeps shooting flares out for you. Yeah, I can't imagine myself ever using the ally option for this card. Like, maybe, like, find, like, if I have an ally in my deck I want to find, but, like, mostly just, like, shooting is good.
Yeah, if you are playing aforementioned Chuck Fergus deck, though.
Yep.
You can use this to find
him.
Chuck.
Yeah, it's prepared for the Chuck Fergus. Yeah.
Yeah. Prepared for the Fergus.
Yeah, prepared for the Fergus. Yeah.
You mean, like, you can use it to fish out, like, an important ally to your deck, like a Michael Lee or other half of, like, Jessica and Peter.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have the ally, it's like, it's probably worth the 1 experience, especially because
it's like buying extra copies of Sled Dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
But otherwise, like, I feel like they trapped you. Like, they trapped the players by letting you do it from anyone's deck, because that's what most people will see in this, right?
Yeah.
It's like
then you can use it to get a Sled Dog from someone else's deck and have 5 dogs.
It's like Sled Dogs, because people think, how many dogs can I have, as opposed to just being like, wait a minute, Sled Dogs aren't great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The curse. I mean, we love Sled Dogs because they were our spoilers, but we also hate Sled Dogs because
they're bad.
Poor puppies. Alright, next up on our list we got Waylaid. This is a 3-cost event tactic. Commits for 2 foot. Choose an exhausted, non-elite enemy at your location and test foot X. or X that enemy's evade value. If you succeed, defeat that enemy.
Yeah, once again, every time I've played this card, I've been impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're playing someone like Wendy or whatever, or Rita, and you just evade an enemy, and then you just
kill
him. Yeah.
Can you guess what I have to say about this one?
What do you have to say?
It's really good with Chuck Fergus.
It is. It's a tactic. Look at that.
Yeah.
Are you like blind to subtypes?
No. I honestly thought Bryn would say something else, and in my head, I'm processing the Brood of Yog-Sothoth.
Yeah.
I'm like, can this actually defeat them, or can they only die by damage?
You could even almost make this work with Preston, because then it's +2.
Mm-hmm.
Almost.
It's like still not good, but
yeah.
I mean, there's probably a way.
It's still pricey at 3 money, but like it's a good card.
Yeah. I mean, like the number. Like I know when we did our Return to the Forgotten Age, and your Kelvin died.
Yeah.
And you became
I
Wendy.
retired him and he didn't die.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
he's like, that's enough. I'm out.
Yeah. We sent him to the farm across the river, right?
Yeah.
But he turning into Wendy, and then just like the one snake that gets like stronger about the number of the
it's like the
vengeance.
3/5/3 guy.
Yeah, and then you just killed him like twice by knocking him out.
This idiot's not elite.
Yeah, basically anytime you find like an enemy with victory and non-elite, this goes up even more, right? Because they expect you to do so much damage to them. Yeah. Sick. All right. Next one we got here is Expeditious Retreat. Max 1 committed per skill test. It's an innate developed skill, commits for a foot. While Expeditious Retreat is committed during a basic evade action against foot in the text, if this test is successful by 2 or more, you may automatically evade another enemy at your location.
Yeah, like lots of evading cards. I thought this card was garbage, but it's not.
Yeah, it's good. It's
you
a good
can
card.
evade a bad enemy, and then also evade a good enemy.
Yeah.
One important thing this card actually does is it prevents you if your job, especially a larger play group, is to like evade enemies and keep them busy. This helps dig you out of that hole where you're like, I spend all my actions evading.
Yeah. And it's just another enemy at your location, so you don't even need to you can help someone else without it. This is obviously I will feel my brain will feel 100 times happier playing brute force and sharp vision. Mm-hmm. That's just the nature of the cards, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm playing any foot-based red investigator who can run this card in the Forgotten Age, I'm gonna play this card in the Forgotten Age. It does so much work there.
Yeah, it's a bargain at one experience.
Yeah.
Even outside of the Forgotten Age, you can use this to give something like an acolyte the old ankle breaker, and then also suck it or Mordoth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it doesn't say non-elite that the automatically evaded one needs to be non-elite, so you can hit all kinds of things with this.
Yep.
Yeah. And even outside of the Forgotten Age too, this card is also really good in Dream Eaters. You evade a bad swarming enemy, kill a bunch of cats from Saturn, right? Mm-hmm. Just there's going to be a lot of times where evading 2 enemies then allows someone else to catch up on the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whether that's you or another person. And you'll always feel like a hero.
By running away.
By running away like a coward.
Yeah.
Next up we have Nightmare Bobble. This is a 1 cost, 3 experience, item charm, cursed asset. Takes up the accessory slot. Commits for a brain and a wild. Limit 1 per deck. After Nightmare Bobble enters play, search your bonded cards for 3 copies of Dream Parasite and attach them to Nightmare Bobble. When Nightmare Bobble leaves play, set the attached Dream Parasite aside out of play. When you reveal an autofail token, shuffle an attached Dream Parasite into your deck and cancel that token. So didn't include them here, but I'm gonna imagine, if I have to remember what it is, it's it subtracts 1 or 2 icons, it reduces it, and then if you fail, you take damage in a horror. Look at that.
Nice.
You must commit it as well. You also must commit it. So it's 2 negative icons, it subtracts, and if you fail, you take a damage in a horror, which is honestly pretty minor when, you can just say no to the auto-fail.
Yep.
We were pretty soft on this one when it was spoiled. And then even also, it was included in our Survivor staple videos. And my thought when I saw that was yeah, the card's good, but I wouldn't call it, a staple in my head. But, the card's just, really good. Being able to say no to 3 auto-fails is very strong. The effect is very minor, especially in a Survivor, because you can just get it and then be okay, I'm either going to bomb the Mythos phase or if I didn't get a card, I'm just gonna like bomb an investigate action because you're also kind of like a survivor and built around failing, and sometimes you won't even fail, so it's like no downside.
Yep.
Yeah, and also always cancel. Because the odds are of you seeing more than 3 in a scenario are pretty low.
Always
I
cast.
mean, like, it depends what sort of test you're running, right? Like, there are a lot of things, like, maybe you draw it during a basic investigate action, and you're just like, eh.
You save your Phoenix
I'll just
Downs,
do it
don't you?
again. I actually have never once in my life
Play
used an
Faust?
elixir
Oh, yeah?
that was for a purpose other than to kill a boss who was an undead and would take all their health and damage from it.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's good.
I like
right.
every Final Fantasy game I've ever played, I had the game with every elixir in the game still in my
Yeah,
inventory.
that's so funny.
Except 4, which I end up with 1 less because the first major boss, the Earth boss, he's also technically an undead. So
Okay,
you just
yeah.
chuck it at him and it's like, you have 1 health now.
Seems good, yeah. And then see you, punk.
Game over.
Yeah. My favorite thing with the Nightmare Bobble is pulling it back as Silas and getting +4 to your test. Or +2 to your test, but yeah, it's a good time. Just do it. I did that when we were doing our Innsmouth run. Just pull it back and be like, nah, I'm gonna pass this test, and then just do it again.
Nice try, game.
Yeah. All right, next one here we got Unrelenting. This is a 1 experience practiced skill. Practiced. I know this one. Commits for a wild. Max 1 committed per test. After commit Unrelenting to a skill test, search the chaos bag for up to 3 non-auto fail chaos tokens. If all of your choice. Of your choice, and seal them on Unrelenting. If all 3 tokens sealed are +1/0, Bless, and/or Elder Sign, draw 2 cards. Release all tokens on here after this test ends. I knew this card was going to be good. I was really hyping up this card. It had everything I liked about it. It was like, for me, what Take Heart is going to always upgrade into back then. After playing it, the card's kind of bonkers in Amanda and Silas especially. But honestly, like, I thought I would only be playing this in Amanda and Silas, but now, like, if I'm upgrading, like, a Min, upgrading, like, anyone who can, like, play Survivor and is, like, somewhat skill-based, I know, like, everyone's like, that's just Min. No, I'd probably still play this in, like, I play it in Calvin, right? I play it in, like, tons of people just because, like, the card's just really good. It's really annoying. However, once you do the thing of just +1/0/0, it becomes a lot easier because then you don't have to think and you can just... There's no more of those tokens unless you're playing on easy and or harder expert.
Yeah, harder expert, you gotta pick something different. Because there aren't 2 zeros.
Yeah.
There's not a +1 either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Card was just kind of bonkers, and I wish it wasn't so clunky. But, yeah. Next up here, we have a bunch of Edge of the Earth cards because I think that, like...
They're new.
They're new? Yeah.
Yeah, like anything that impressed me when Dunnage came out, I've long forgotten.
Yeah.
It's just how I think about it.
Played it so much.
It's not like I thought about this differently at first. It's just this is always how I thought about it.
Yeah. So Schaffner's, this is a 2-cost asset item tome, commits for a book, uses 5 secrets. If it has no secrets on it, discard it. You may spend secrets on Schaffner's catalog as resources to pay for item assets played by any investigator at your location. We all were like, this card's good. But I think that this card is now to the point where, like, it's a staple if, like, you're running any number of items. It's just, like... Yeah. Like, this is the red economy that you were talking about, unless you're playing items. Like, most, like, survivors are, but, like, cards just kind of bonkers.
Now, you're all probably wondering, does this make Parallel Daisy viable? No. No.
Makes her a lot better.
Yeah, it does make her
Yeah.
less bad because like it's a tome that doesn't take up a slot, and that's kind of sweet. But you know, maybe don't play Parallel. Anyway. She's still not good. No, this card is like insane in Yorick or
Bob
Jenkins.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah. But really, like, you min, like, scavenging min, if you're, like, doing any sort of scavenging thing, like realistically, if you have, like, a good chunk of items in your deck, just, like, also put this in there. It's, like, really good.
Yeah, or any cards that care about your items.
Yeah.
Like that, or even, like, Backpack.
Yep.
Like, this is a solid hit off the Backpack because it just pays for whatever else you found.
Yep. Yeah, if you're going to play Backpack, odds are you should probably also have Schaffner's if you can run it. Card's just that good. And once again, we weren't saying that we thought the card sucked, because someone's going to be like, well,
yeah. It's also a really sweet battery for secrets if you're playing some sort of weirdy-beardy you know,
Eldritch
move the rooks
Sophist.
diagonally. Yeah, sure, whatever. He cheats at chess. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. Well, nor should you. No respect for a man who
no,
cheats at chess.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's even the point.
Yeah. Next one here is we got Bandages. This is another Edge of the Earth card. 2 cost, asset, commits for a foot. It's an item, uses 3 supplies. If it has no supplies, discard it. After an investigator or ally asset at your location takes 1 or more damage, spend 1 supply, heal 1 damage from that card. Another card that we thought, hey, this card's good, like especially with Yorick, Bryn, like, you know, it has the discarded on
It
it.
discards itself.
Yeah, toilet paper, yeah. But like the card's just really good too.
Yeah,
Like
if
it's
you
just
if you don't believe us, you should definitely check out our asset only challenge run,
which isn't out yet, but it will be
which
one day.
will be out at some. YouTube is time works weird.
Yeah,
so,
it's a bit strange.
But
One day.
yeah, we've definitely been playing a lot of Bandages
yeah.
in our timeline, not your timeline where you're watching this video where we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, and I mean, like, even just, like, when you played it as Bob the first time as toilet paper to give to Travis, and you weren't really, like, abusing it, it was still good. Because it's just, like, passive healing, which is...
Yeah.
We always would talk about healing was bad, and now they're starting to get, like, good healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this behaves more like soak. It's like getting to pay 2 for a 3 health soak that doesn't take up a slot.
And it works on allies.
Yeah, like you have to. It has to be separate instances of damage, so obviously it's worse against bigger sources. But still, 1 less damage is 1 less damage.
And if you can recur it in any way, that's when it gets really gross.
This is the truth.
Which fits with the conversation we were having earlier about how recursion is a little bit dangerous, but
Yeah.
that's not this video. This is we're talking about the positives of Survivor, not the
Negatives.
Not the negatives. Next one we got here is Jury Rig. This is a 0-cost event. Commits for a book and a fist. It's an upgrade. Uses 3 durability. Attached to an item asset controlled by an investigator location. As a lightning bolt during a skill test on attached assets, spend 1 durability. You get +2 skill value for this test.
Yeah, I really respect it. Every time someone's played this on one of my assets, I've been like, wow.
Yeah.
It's you can play on anyone's item, and then it's like 3 unexpected courages, and so you can use more than one of them at once.
I
thought this card was like okay, but it was gonna be like sort of deck filler.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
But it's like good.
It is good. It's like getting to play a card that for an action instead of the no actions that you normally pay for an unexpected courage. This one's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Also, you just get the headspace of like, you know, your teammate has a cryptographic cipher, and you're just driving nails through it. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And
That's what we did with Travis's. And
That's exactly what we did.
Yeah, and it's honestly just like really good. Like on like some items, like cryptographic cipher was very impressive because now the minus the +1 becomes a -1, right? Like effectively, yeah.
Yeah.
Like liquid courage, wrapping barbed wire around their flask, also good.
Yeah,
right?
their hand bleeds and the liquor gets into it, gets in their bloodstream faster, you know?
Bypasses the liver.
Because I think with this one, my first time through, when I first saw it, it was very much of like, I'm going to use this on a weapon, and to me that was just kind of fine.
Yeah.
But then like when you can use it on other things that are just like items, and especially as we get more items that you have to make tests for, like it's just going to shoot up. Like, yeah. It's by no means gonna. Sorry, you.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think this card does single-handedly make a lot of rather awkward red clover investigators like much more viable because you can slap this on like a mariner's compass or something, and you're just like 3 of these are sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can throw it on your flashlight, and your like flashlight says +4 now.
Yeah. Yep.
Your
plus
lantern
minus
or whatever.
Like,
Yeah. Your lantern.
Yeah. You can use this for a lot of to be good at investigating when you shouldn't be allowed.
And you know what would be fun on the telescope? The telescope. Yeah.
Look over there. That's also ref and barbed wire, so I can investigate better.
Wow. This barbed wire makes it really easy for me to see on the horizon. Yeah. Like the card. Yeah, the card doesn't break anything. It's just like really much more efficient.
It's just good.
Yeah.
It was good. You can wrap shotguns in barbed wire and load them with nails, and hey, you know.
You probably wrap the bullets and then barbed wire out.
No, you got to wrap the outside, so then they're bleeding and they feel a sense of urgency to do the job better now.
Makes your aim better. Yeah, you don't spend as much time aiming because the rules are the more you aim, the worse you get. Because you overthink it. You're like, what should I aim for? Should I aim for the head,
but
the
it's
foot?
a shotgun.
Yes,
should I
exactly.
aim for all of it?
Yeah, should I aim? Like, how close should I be? Yeah. when you just fire,
How
it'll
much
be better.
goo am I gonna get on myself?
Yeah, I'm worried about the
Yeah.
goo situation. Yeah,
Am I in the
exactly.
splash zone right now?
Okay.
All right, what's
Okay.
what's next? Bangle of Jinxes. This is 2 cost 1 experience asset. Item Charm Curse takes up the accessory slot, commits for a brain, uses 1 charge. As a lightning bolt, spend 1 charge, you get +2 skill value for this test, limit once per test. As a reaction, after an enemy attacks you, place 1 charge on Bangle of Jinxes. Bryn.
It's like a bracelet made out of garbage.
It is,
Yes. Yeah, this is like a friendship bracelet that Wendy brings you. And
Oh,
you're just
okay.
like, you made this out of trash, didn't you? And she's like, yep.
Yeah.
I'm an
like-
orphan.
You're like,
Yeah.
thanks, and then you're like suddenly in the middle of the, like it's
Yeah.
glowing, and you're like, power overwhelming.
They're like, I'm gonna take that stupid bracelet. And you're like, no, the orphan gave it to me.
I
She's
do like
pretty
how it's,
alright.
it's cursed as well.
Well, yeah, because it's fueled by blood.
Yep. So, Bryn, why did this one exceed your expectations?
So like I started playing this in an asset only challenge that hasn't happened yet for you. But without too many spoilers, I expected to get like maybe 3 or 4 unexpected courages out of this. I was counting one scenario and I got 15. And I
Yeah.
had 7 more that I could spend.
Yeah.
And it was just like this is kind of absurd. Like I could have spent this on almost every test that I made this game.
Yeah.
At least ways that wasn't a punch test that I was already gonna win.
Like, ultimately, yeah, you need, like, soak, but you're survivor. Like, that's what you do. But, like,
Yeah, of course it is a little bit narrow. Like if you cannot take the damage, it's gonna suck.
but I mean, like, I think on the exact topic of exceeding expectations, if thinking you're going to get 3 to 4 and you get, like,
Yeah.
5 times as many uses out of it,
It's like
that's
a little
that's an
bit-
expectation exceeded. Yeah. Yeah, and even in the video recorded today, which went up last Friday, YouTube time, I know it all. I have the schedule in my head. For War of the Outer Gods, you got a lot of uses out of it there too.
Yeah. I should have brought one of those little clickers.
Yeah, to count it. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah,
There's
cards.
a lot of +2s.
Cards pretty good, and I think now at this point, like it's kind of like when you're upgrading a survivor. You're like, do I want to do Nightmare Bobble? Do I want to do Bangle? And it really just depends on your build. But like now, like for me, it's not just like, oh, I'll probably grab Nightmare Bobble. Now it's like, ooh, what do I want to do? Which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely often consider playing Relic Hunter so that I can play this and whatever the thing I want to play is.
Yeah.
Or possibly 2 of these, because that's also sort of nuts.
Yes.
Justin, do you not think about upgrading Rabbit's Foot anymore?
No, I don't.
Do you not consider playing Token of Faith?
So, you know what? we had this conversation today. Token of Faith, I think, is admittedly better than we gave it credit for. I don't think it exceeded my expectations, but I went, that's neat.
That's fair.
That's neat. But yeah, no, Lucky Rabbits Foot 3, I don't really want to fail tests anymore, if I can avoid it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Alright, last card here, we got Earthly Serenity. This is, it's a survivor card before you're like, what's this Mystic class doing here? 2 cost, 4 experience, spell acid, takes up your spell slot, commits for 2 brain, uses 6 charges, test brain 0. For each point you succeed by, you may spend 1 charge to heal 1 damage or 1 horror from an investigated location. If you succeed by 0, lose 2 resources.
Card's really good.
Card's really good.
Lots of flexibility in how you can use it.
Yeah, I remember like when you played with your family and you were like, my mom healed like 5 in 1 action over
that's
everyone. It's very
You can
good.
like divvy it up. You can get
Yeah.
rid of the earth resources. You can. This like you can just do the test and you don't have to heal as much as you succeeded by. You only need to heal 2 off someone. Like yeah, sure.
Yeah. Card's just like
So
good.
hear me out, Travis. You play this card in a Dexter deck,
Okay.
and then you commit your stupid Seal of the whatever, the 7
Other side.
sign
Yeah.
thing to automatically star it, and
Yeah.
you just like heal all the damage, but also since this is empty, I'll pick it up now.
That seems pretty good. Yeah.
It's like pretty okay.
It's not experience though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't even take an extra weakness for that.
For those 2
we
specific
do the next one shot. Bryn comes with just those. He's like, I have a 9 experience deck. He does it once and he's just like,
Well, I guess we're done then.
yeah.
He's got level 0 shriveling. He's like, yeah.
I'm attacking 5 to. I mean, he still has 5 brain. He probably has a Holy Rosary. It's probably
He does.
fine. Yeah, but yeah, these cards are really nice. I just put them in the Daniela deck today, just because it's good. It's a good card. Like I'll play in like anyone with a reasonable amount of brain, and if you lose 2 resources, that sucks. Like it's a non-zero amount. It's literally 2, but it's ultimately still just fine for the tempo that you can potentially make up with a really good heal.
Yeah, although this one, unlike the other one, succeeding by 0 is like really harsh.
Yeah.
Because the other ones you still get to do the thing.
Yeah.
This one it's like you succeeded by 0, you get to do the thing, you can spend 0 charges, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
Oh,
tough.
cool.
But
That is true. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
It's
so
also
it is
a
like
zero test. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also if you fail by 0, you deserve
That's why you
that.
gotta fire up your nightmare bobble and stop that from happening.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Awesome. Well,
Actually, you probably shouldn't, because then you don't even have to lose the 2 resources because you failed by 0. And you haven't succeeded by 0.
That is true, yeah, because you have to succeed. Yeah. If you succeed, yeah. Good point, actually.
It's strictly worse. Do not do that. Do not do that thing.
Yeah. Just let it happen. Let it happen and go, well, that sucks, let's go again. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. What are some Survivor cards that have exceeded your expectations? I especially love to hear from people who have just started playing the game, because as we've said, everything from like Dunwich and Carcosa, we've kind of just like, we've always loved it. We've always thought Dr. Milan was really strong,
Yeah,
right? We've always thought Dr.
that.
Milan was strong.
yeah,
Always.
always.
Yeah, so we'd love to hear some perspective from you guys. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is by liking and commenting and subscribing if you've not subscribed, as well as you can also join our Patreon and get exclusive videos and more. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.